change of plans. We bought an Audi S5 coupe. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Shep's Garage video, and I'm going to explain everything in this video because there was really no build up to this thing behind me. So buckle up for the ride because I have to do some explaining. First, if you're new to my channel, this is the first time seeing my face on your screen, don't forget to please click the subscribe button down below for more awesome car content like this one. You guys have been crushing it lately on a lot of the Mark 8 GTI videos. And speaking of the Mark 8 GTI, I have a lot of more videos with this car coming soon. I know I haven't done anything recently with this thing. I wanted to try to change it up, but it seems like you guys like the Mark 8 GTI content, so I have a bunch more content coming with this car, and as well as all the others. But stay tuned for some POV drive videos because I just bought a POV drive camera, so I'm going to be doing some of those videos as well because I think that would be pretty cool. But today's video is all about this car behind me, so let me do some explaining. About a month ago, I made a video basically titled Goodbye Audi Q8, and as you can probably see in the background, it's still right there. We never got rid of the Q8, and in that video, I basically explained that, like, you know, we're selling the Q8 because we don't need a big SUV anymore. It's bad on gas. We want to get back in an electric car. So in that video, I basically explained that we already bought something electric. We already bought another electric SUV. A couple people thought it was the Rivian. A couple of people thought it was the new Q8 e-tron, but it actually was the brand new Mercedes-Benz EQE SUV. We already bought that car, like, in the video. Like, the deal was almost finalized until we discovered that there was a bit of an issue. Now, we are a 4-driver family, which means every single person in my family drives. Me, my brother, my dad, and my mom all drive. Now, we found it very convenient for my brother to drive himself. Now, originally, my brother was just gonna use my parents' cars, whichever one was available, you know, that's what he would have taken. However, he's on a completely different schedule than I am, and, you know, long story short, we found it very convenient for him to have his own car, or to have a car for him to use. Hence, why we haven't gotten rid of the Q8, because that's the car that my brother has been driving lately. And because my brother has been driving the SUV, it really just wouldn't make sense to get this EQE where my mom would barely be driving it, because it would replace the car that my brother would be driving. Hopefully you guys are following me so far here. My brother's been driving the Q8, this A3 is my dad's, and obviously the GTI is over here. I've been driving that. So you may be saying, well, if you follow my channel, you know that my mom has a Porsche 911 and 992. Now, with that being the only car left, there are some issues with that. The car isn't here right now, but recently my mom has been daily driving that car as that my brother has been using her Q8. So that's been my mom's only car, and there have been a couple of problems with that. So obviously she's been driving it for the remainder of the summer into the fall, and as we get into the winter, we realize that there are some issues with that being your only car. Number one is that theoretically you could drive it during the winter. However, it's not recommended. It's not great for the value. My mom did not feel comfortable driving a manual car in the winter while the car's value is currently appreciating. Manual 992 911s are appreciating right now, so theoretically we could sell it for more than we bought it for. And my mom just didn't feel comfortable getting another set of wheels, putting it on the car, and that being her only car. Number two is miling it up. That car, as well as it's more desirable with lower miles, and my mom wants to preserve those lower miles, obviously, and wants to keep the mileage low. We bought it a year ago, basically a year ago, around this time, so it only has 4,000 miles on it, so we've been doing well on that, and she just didn't want to mile that car up and ruin the value of that, because Porsche values are super important when you go to sell them. Now, this is where we hit a roadblock. My mom needed a car to daily drive, to put miles on, and to not feel ashamed for driving it in the winter, and that's where this S5 comes in. Now, we had two options. Number one is sell the Porsche. That's the option that we really did not want to do. My mom absolutely loves that car, and I don't see any point anytime soon of her selling that thing. She loves it so much, she loves it dearly, and I don't think she's gonna get rid of it anytime soon. I mean, at least doesn't seem it at least. Option two is to lease a car for 2 or 3 years until my brother doesn't live here anymore, at least, and then at that point that would get by her driving for her to drive a car in the winter, drive a car in the fall, until to keep the miles down on the Porsche, and to, well, not feel ashamed of having a good daily driver, basically. Now this does mean, if you do the math, we now have 5 cars, which is kind of ridiculous at this point, honestly. So this S5 behind me is my mom's daily driver, basically throughout the fall and the winter. She still has the Porsche, so that's not going anywhere anytime soon, thankfully. But this is the car that she's gonna be driving during the winter, and when the spring comes out, she'll just flip-flop and she'll drive the Porsche and not drive this. Now, in case you're wondering, we did lease this car for 2 years, and we've put the lowest mileage, like lease it for 2 years, 10,000 miles, and this is the solution to get by of basically all of us having a car. Now, I want to answer one more question before I go over this S5, and that was, why no EQE? Now, I was really hoping for that EQE. I've heard so many good things about the Mercedes EQE. Such an awesome looking car, and interior-wise as well. Such a cool car. However, it just didn't make sense to have 2 SUVs, and my mom loved the sportiness of the Porsche, and she wanted to have some of that sportiness in her daily driver. Hence the S5 behind me. So, speaking of the S5 behind me, let's talk about it. So, we went with the S5, and we also looked at the rivals. We looked at the Mercedes C43 AMG Coupe, and we also looked at the BMW M440i Coupe. And as you can see, we ended up with the S5 because we just love the way that Audis feel in general, and this is our first ever S car. I really like the spec of this car. It's such a good looking car too. I think it's better looking than the BMW 4 Series in my opinion, and the C43 is kind of dated, but this kind of has all of that. It has the luxury of the Mercedes, and it has the sportiness of the BMW. So it's kind of like those two cars combined into one, and well, this is what we get. Let's take a look at the spec of this car. Before I do, I just want to mention that I hate bragging. I hate it. It's kind of hard to run a car channel without showing you the car. So I really hope that people don't take this as like, oh my god, you have 5 cars, you're bragging, what the hell? Like, I'm trying to be as humble as I can. I'm the most humble human being, I feel like, and I try not to show off. So please don't take this way. I am literally just showing you this car that we're having for 2 years, basically. So let's get into the spec. So this is the car. It's a 2023 Audi S5 Premium Plus. So it's the highest, one of the highest trims of the S5. It is a coupe, and it's finished in Tango Red Metallic, which we've never had a red car, but I think it's not really coming across on camera, but it's like a fire engine red. It's bright. I mean, this thing is bold, but I think it honestly looks the best on an S5. It's the perfect, like, collaboration of black and red. Honestly, such a nice spec. But it's a coupe, and I love this color too, Tango Red Metallic. Last model year for this color is 23. 24, they changed the name to Progressive Red. From the pictures, it looks like it's more orangey. This is more cherry red, I would say. But overall, I really like the exterior look of this car in red. This car also has the upgraded 19-inch wheels, and we also did, full disclaimer, this does not have the summer tires on it. We had the dealer put on some Michelin Pilot Sport all-season tires for this car, so my mom could once again daily drive this car, the whole point of why we got this. And it also has the black optic package, so you do get black exhaust tips, the black logos, the badges, the black window trim, the black mirrors, the black here, and then the black grille. But these are in black Black grille, black logos, such an awesome spec, and I think the lower part here is also in black as well. But honestly, from the exterior wise, such a cool spec. I feel like the S5 Coupe in general just doesn't get as much recognition as the 4-door. You see a lot of Sportback videos on YouTube because that's what people like. They like big sedans that they can fit their family in, and it's also a sports car. Whereas this is also, it's more of a daily drivable sports car. So Quattro all-wheel drive, of course, and then the interior is even nicer. Obviously we have the S logos on the ground, and the interior is the black and red Napa leather quilted stitching. So it has the red stitching with the black Napa leather, and it has the diamond pattern too, which looks really cool. And this red stitching is everywhere. You have it on the door there, you have it on the seat, even you have black Napa leather there. Back seat too, all the stitching, will get in there in a second. It's on the steering wheel, on the center console, the shifter, it's all in with all the stitching there. And you also have these really cool perforations here too. So first impressions, it does look like it's a really nice interior. I'm pretty happy with it. It also has the upgraded carbon fiber trim in here too, so that's really nice. I'm a big fan of carbon fiber. But overall, I mean, this is really the spec. There really is no other specs. Anything I missed on this car. Oh wait, I forgot one thing. This car does have the sport exhaust resonator, which I believe, which if you look down here, I don't think you'll be able to tell, but it basically just makes it louder. But it's not the black exhaust tips. And if you're wondering, yes, these exhausts, they're real, as you can see. But overall, this is the car. I look forward to providing you guys with some awesome S5 content for the next little while. But overall, such an awesome looking car. Very, very happy with it. So that is our brand new S5 Coupe that we are leasing for 2 years. So what do you guys think? What videos do you guys want to see on this car? Now, just because we got this car does not mean I am not making any more videos on the Mark 8 GTI. I know that most of my subscribers are here for the Mark 8 GTI, and don't worry, lots more content coming with that car in the next video. So make sure you guys stay tuned for the next video, which is going to be a Mark 8 GTI video. Mark my word on that. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you did, smash that like button. Comment down below any other content you guys want to see with this car, the Mark 8, or any other car in general. I can try to make it happen. So thanks you guys so much for watching. See you guys next time, and as always, peace.